Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatye Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yakrapatamaham Vande Paramanandamadavam Paramanandamadavam. So, Vishishtam Karma Adhyatma. Vishishtam Karma Adhyatma means do not restrict your spiritual life to one activity. It is not one thing. It's not one of the many. But what is it then? It is something which should pervade your whole life. Every breath of yours should resonate with that vision. Every thought of yours should be imbued with that spiritual thinking. Every act of yours should be an expression of that vision. You can't expect to transform by doing one thing. Swami Vivekananda says something very nicely. He says, even a fool can do a brilliant act sometime. But it takes a wise man to do right things always. Even a wicked person can do some good act, but that doesn't make him good. Could not. But a truly good person is good in his thought, word, and deed. So that's what we should strive for. Do you want to do one good thing or you want to be a good person? That's important, no? So, Vishishtam Karma, one action, some specific action is not spirituality. And you will find the difference between religious people and spiritual people is this. Religious people will do one religious act and they will feel happy. One day Mauna. Happy. Other days talk or talk. Create disturbance for everybody. Non-vegetarian food I don't take on Shivaratri. Other days, all animals are destroyed for you. Your tongue is the boss. That doesn't make you a compassionate person to animals. It's not. Therefore, let spirituality be a all-pervasive effect. It's not effect, all-pervasive cause. And the action, the thought, the word, all those things are the effects of that. So the Jivanam, your entire life should be filled with that. That is called as spirituality. And when you say that, that Vishishtam Karma is not that, but it's an attitude which pervades all your actions, what is that attitude? That attitude is nothing but defocusing from yourself and focusing on a higher goal. When you defocus from yourself, it is natural for the ego to focus on itself always. Always, what's there for me? What do I get? So this is always the guiding thing, what do I get? But in spiritual vision, what happens? That terrible focus on the self is gone. I mean, the lower self is gone. And where is the focus? The focus is on something other than you. Usually, sometimes we are made in such a way we can focus on other things. For example, mother and father, they focus on their children. That's natural also. And you will find that when the focus becomes something else, they feel happy also. Isn't it? A youngster is there. He's happy himself, bachelor, earning, enjoying himself. Then one day he says, I'm not happy. I want to find a partner. Why? Selfishness is not happiness. He wants to give joy to somebody. That's how they start actually, then afterwards they forget. And then they ask, what do I get from you? You have not given me love. I have only given you love. What have you given me? Arey, why did you marry first? You married first to give, na? Then once that is lost, the whole institution collapses. Sometimes, you may wonder, in traditional Hinduism, there is no divorce. Its concept is not there. Why? Because it is more of giving than demanding. So the man can't get divorce. Things have changed. I'm not saying it should be there that way. But I'm just saying the vision, you see how it was. The woman can't divorce, the man can't divorce. And you must have heard of those arranged marriages versus, love marriages and all those things. So much now the world has become what I will get. They see compatibility, portability, datability and all those things. After seeing everything collapses. Why? Because the main thing of marriage is giving love. Nobody tests that point. Where do we match our interest? I'm a stamp collector, you also stamp collector. Come on, get married. So this is foolish. And therefore, they said, you have to give love, is it not? You can give love to anybody, what's your problem? If you think that love is because of something and therefore you give love, then that is not true love. Na? Love is not because of, is it not? Gurudev used to say love is in spite of. So therefore, my mother never met my father before marriage. They got married. And they survived their marriage also. Nothing happened. Why? Because it has to give love. Now, all things have changed. I'm not saying, this is right, that is right. But you see the vision, how it was. So, giving love. And then, once they get married, now they're not happy. Now they want a child. Why? Because they can give love. Then they feel more happy, fulfilled. That is also not happy. Then they want a grandchild after some time. And they feel happy. You see, naturally we are wired in such a way that we will feel happy only when we give love. And the more the focus is on oneself, the more rigid, the more ugly, the more distorted, contorted, horrible creature we become. But the more we expand, and the greatest expansion is what? Greatest expansion is, I am the whole world. And I am the whole world is God, is the highest expression of love. Of course, one doesn't recognize that so fast, but definitely certain inspiring causes come. Helping the suffering, the poor, children who don't have a family, right? People who have disabilities, people who have issues with their brain, autistic children, you see them. These touches us. So one issue, a few issues touches us. Then that becomes a greater goal. Right? And then one dedicates for one. You must have seen people and they feel very happy, feel very fulfilled. And when they tell their stories, right? Now you are also going and serving, right? And people must be seeing, oh, such nice work you're doing. Where did you get this inspiration from? Etc., etc. they ask. Because it touches everybody. And the final love is love for God. The highest love is love for God. And when we say love for God, it is not some God sitting somewhere above the heaven we love. Yes, God looks like a concept, but love for God actually means love for the entire cosmos. Because this world is nothing but God. Because God is cause, and cause pervades the effect. And in this way, loving the Lord, when you serve the world, as your worship of the Lord, as your love of the Lord. So you can talk to somebody as love of God. You see? How can you talk to somebody as love of God? See the other person as God and talk. That's love of God. You can smile at somebody as God. Then that becomes love of God. You are not. You can switch off the current and you can love God. Why? Because when you switch off the current, you're saving something for this nature, for this country. The whole country is God. Okay? You can save an ant which doesn't know where to go, and then you can love God. So, spirituality is not one thing. Spirituality is everything. It is that vision which makes every action of yours so beautiful. Alright? And this way, if you do, instantly your heart will be pure. People say that doing karma yoga for a long time one becomes pure. No. Instant. That moment you will find you are a pure person. Na? And every moment you do actions such as this, every moment you will be pure. And for such a person, you will find that small things make the person happy. He doesn't want so many things like a worldly person to be happy. Because his happiness is not there. So his contentment from worldly things comes very fast. He's wanting things, when you are a kid, you wanted all chocolates for yourself. And when you had a brother, younger brother, your joy also was giving to the brother. Or if you had a sister, also for the sister. So little things will make you happy because your love was expanded. And in your expansion of love, your selfishness has come down. And when your selfishness has come down, you don't require too much to be happy. Actually, when selfishness is there, however much we have is not sufficient. Mahatma Gandhi says very nicely, he says, there is enough in this world for everyone, but there is not enough for one man's greed. So, small things. And where is attention? His attention is on reaching the ultimate. Meaning his love for God, his spiritual life, his taste in spiritual life becomes more and more. That is the progress. And when his love for God becomes more and more, then in his life a factor comes. And that factor is called Guru. The purpose of Guru is only to tell you where to seek God. The purpose of Guru is not to create love for God. The true purpose of Guru is to direct your love for God. The Guru is somebody who helps you in your quest, in your search. But you have to know what you're searching. Suppose you have to go to the Guru and then say, Guru, I'm here. What should I do? Tell me what to do. Guru cannot tell you what to do. You must tell the Guru what you want. And the Guru will tell you the way to achieve it. You getting? You can't tell the postman to write a letter for you. The postman can only post the letter, can take the post and deliver it for you, is it not? The Guru is like a postman for you. You have to write the letter and he will take it to the correct place. The love letter to God has to be written by you. Alright? So, and what does the Guru tell you? The Guru directs that love for God as a love for the self, for the knowledge of the self. And then the progress in spiritual life happens. So when you say, I love God, you want to experience that God as a very self within. Okay? Self means it is not that ego. We are talking of the pure self, which is the inner spark of life. God is life principle. And where do you have to go and see the life principle? Right within your heart. Because you are every moment an expression of life, is it not? So that life principle, that pure consciousness, that pure I am, the amness, the existence. And that pursuit becomes full of dispassion for the world. Why dispassion for the world? To go within, you can't go out. To going out is love of the world. Going within is the love of the self. So how can going within and going without be together? One has to drop for the other to survive. The other drops. Okay? And going within, what does one realize? Next verse. Let us read. Sarvam prakashayedatma Brahmaidam dharaye jagat Tayoraikyam vijaniyat Devadhyatma muchyate Prakashayedatma Tadeva Adhyatma muchyate. What is Atma? What is Brahma? Brahma is God, reality. What is Atma? Atma is a self. What is self? Self is me. Okay, self is me. But what is me? Me is that which knows everything. Are you sure? Yes, I am sure. I am that which knows everything. I am the knower. If you know you are the knower, you can easily come to yourself. How is that? If I know I am the knower, I can easily come to the self. All the known is not the knower. Simple. If all the known is not the knower, keep on rejecting everything what is known as not me, not me, not me. There's a famous Drik Drishya Viveka. Is it not? The differentiation between the seer and the seen. That you must have studied. By now so many times you must have heard. The body is not me. Why? It is the known. Which means what? Neither am I a man or a woman. The mind is not me. Why mind is not me? Because it is a known. That means I am neither a good person nor a bad person. The intellect is not me. Why? Because the intellect is also known. Intellect is nothing but your convictions, your decisions. So you're beyond all your convictions also. But one important thing which also comes under the known is your ego. The I thought. Are you following what I'm saying? How the I thought comes also under the known. Because we know when we are insulted. Correct? We know when we are praised. We know when we are sad. And we know somebody, when we are suffocated, we say, give me my space. Don't smother me with your attention. Take away, move away. Give me some space. Now who's telling all these things? We are seeing our ego voicing all these kind of identifications. When mind is agitated, the ego says, I am agitated. So if the mind voices agitations, the ego voices identifications. Because the identifying thought is the I thought. And that is ego. That is the self, small self. So this ego also is not me. Why? Because I am the knower. So finally what you are left with? You are left with the pure I, which has no agitations, which is neither man or woman, which is neither a capitalist nor a communist. It's a convictions. Right? Which has nothing. That is why we say Jati, Niti, Kula, Gotra, Duragam. Neither caste, nor creed, nor nationality, nor even the sense of human. I am a human also is not there in that. The pure consciousness. You see, is that electricity light? Is this electricity fan? Is that electricity the air conditioning? It is not. Electricity is pure, but it makes everything function. Electricity is pure. It doesn't have any kind of names as fan or light or air AC or fridge. That I am Swami Advayananda, and that you are this person or that person, and all those things are the names we are giving, like fan, light and all those things. But you remove all these instruments, what is there? Pure electricity. And that electricity is same in fan and in this recording video and in this, what is this? Mic and this amplifier and this air condition, is it not? So you're all one there. So when I go to myself, I find my purity. And that is called Atma. Sarvam prakashayet Atma. The self illumines all the known. So who are you? You are the pure consciousness. You are the pure existence. You are the pure amness. Can I say that amness? Do you feel the amness? Sense of being, that's all. Pure. Not sense of being man or woman, no. Just the sense of being. That purity is there. And that sense of being is there everywhere. Is it not? Is it not? This is. There is a sense of being here also. There is a sense of being in this kerchief also. There is a sense of being in this table also. There is a sense of being in this nothing also. Are you getting what I'm saying? This beingness which is able to sustain everything. That is God. Same being only everywhere. This all-pervasive being, this large being, Brihat being, is called Brahma. Brahma dharayet jagat. Being is here. Finally, I am the being only. And everything other than me, including the body, the mind, the intellect, everything belongs to the world. Very funny. One part of the world I take and I'm saying it is me. Is it not? What is no difference between this body and this table and all? All made up of elements only, na? But one part of it I'm taking and I'm saying it is me. Give back the world to the world. Give the body to the world. Give the mind to the world. Give the intellect to the world. Because they are all made up of matter only. They are all energy and matter only. But then you will find all of them are also being. So being here, being everywhere, being being. Are you getting this point? Therefore, there is oneness. It is like this. The wave has got water. Other waves outside has also got water. So the ocean is also water. The wave is also water. The ocean is also water. It is water over water. When we say wave and water, wave and ocean are one, what we mean is not the water in the wave and the water in the ocean is one. That is very superficial. What we mean is that there is only water. There is an unbroken expanse of water in which wave is an illusion. Wave is a temporary appearance, if you want to say. Okay? So, if you understand yourself, now this is intellectual what we have done now. Now you close your eyes and come to that also. Intellectually you have understood. And that is very important in the journey. The intellectual understanding is the first thing. But don't stop with that. You close your eyes, detach yourself from the body, from the mind, move within, go inward, transcend all the realm of matter, the matter gestures, body, mind, intellect, BMI. Go beyond the PFT, ego. Of course, you've gone beyond the OET. Right? And then you remain as that pure consciousness, at least for a few minutes. And the experience is strong. Then you will never forget it. Logically, knowing sugar is sweet is one thing, and putting in your mouth is another thing. Put in your mouth, na? How long you're going to tell, I am consciousness, I am consciousness? Dekha? No. Know that. Know yourself as consciousness, existence, and see the whole realm here as only being, sustained by being. And then when you see that everything is only being, like everything is only water, and in that different waves are coming. Here one wave, there one wave. And this wave is called me, that wave is called you. And that wave is called as mic. And this wave is called as building. But ultimately it is all one existence only. Tayor aikyam vijaniyat. Know the oneness between yourself, Atman, and Brahman. Why? What do you mean by know the oneness between Atman and Brahman? It is not that water in the wave is equal to water in the ocean. It only means it is a vast expanse of water alone. It's a vast expanse of being alone, existence alone. This knowledge is what is called as Brahmatmaikya Jnana. Have you heard of this? Brahmatmaikya. Brahma, Brahman. What is Brahman? Brahman is the being which sustains the world. And what is Atman? Atman is the being which is the self. Both are finally existence only. But different names are given. Because that's how we start, na? I and world. We start like this inquiry. When I say I and the world, an inquiry into who am I leads to the being here. And inquiring into what supports the world, sustains the world, leads to the being which supports the world. That being which supports the world is called Brahman, and the being which is the core of me is called as Atman. And finally, what happens? Hey, this is also being, that is also being. Being means existence, okay? This is also being, this is also being, existence. Then what do you understand? Everything is only one existence. Then what happens? This existence and this existence is one. There's no difference. The water in the wave is also water. The water in the ocean is also water. So water. Then where is wave? Wave is only water. Yeah? Think about it. This is called as Adhyatma. Then, when such a knowledge happens, what is the result? Next. Aham brahmeti jnanena Veda sarvo viliyate Abhaye stairymayati Tadeva adhyatmam uchyate. So this knowledge is called as Aham Brahmasmic knowledge. Okay? What do you mean by Aham Brahmasmi? I am Brahman. And now you know what is I, you know what is Brahman. What is I? I am that consciousness, which is not the body, which is not the mind. Why? Body and all belongs to the world. But what is the world? The essence of the world is also that pure existence. Therefore, what has happened? There is no I, there is no world. Then what is there? Only existence is there. Meaning, I and the world has become one in their essence. So, for such a person, how will his perception be? He will not see any difference. He will not see any difference means what? He will not see any difference between himself and the other person. What do you mean he won't see any difference between himself and other person? He will see that I am only everything. Now we have that now we have that feeling up to the tip of the nail. Somebody touches your hair, little bit, don't touch me. And somebody touches our dress also. Now because dress is connected to the skin, don't touch me. If somebody puts a dress there and they touch it, we don't say that, is it not? And when you're driving in the car and somebody touches the car, then what do you say? Don't hit me. Whatever is connected to me, I say, it's me. Now, for this person, the whole world is connected to him. Because he's only extending, na? He's only extending. See, I am existence. Now here, existence. Here, existence. There, existence. Existence. Everywhere existence. So, Veda he doesn't see. Imagine what kind of feeling that will be. I don't see you. I see me. Wow. Then how will I behave towards the so-called you? My behavior will be so different. How do I behave to myself? With lots of love. No, of course. Of course. Suppose, mosquito bites. What do we do? Not just hit. It will fly away carefully. No, not. Mosquito is gone, and here it is paining. But do you feel anything? This hand doesn't say, "How dare you bet me? I'm not going to leave." And then this hair goes to fight for this hand. No. Why? Because both of them are me. Enormous love. The vision of oneself in the other is a fulfilling experience of complete, unconditional love, accommodativeness, care. It's not love. Like what love? Because love we always think is loving somebody. It's not love. Can I say my acceptance of myself is love for me? That love is a poor word. It doesn't communicate how I feel with myself. Do you love yourself? No, I'm just myself. No, you should love you. Come on. It transcends emotions and feelings. It's just a pure, simple expanse of oneself. All that you can say is that there is total fulfillment. There is absolute ease. So, when the difference is all gone, such a person abides, thairyam. There is abidance. Abidance in what? Abidance in abhaya. Abhaya is fearlessness. What do you mean fearlessness? Always afraid somebody is going to take yours away. And protect my achievement. Somebody said, no, you did that work, and the other person claimed success because of that. You have taken away my property. Because your name and fame he has taken away. So always, and as much as possible, take credit for what others are doing for yourself. That is how. Always in fear that somebody is to take something of yours away. Meaning, this abhaya here is only an example for all weaknesses. Bhaya is weakness. Dvitiyat vai bhayam. You remember in the first session we had seen how from desire, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, all those weaknesses go away. Everything goes away. You become an embodiment of perfection. Sometimes it is said the person is established in fearlessness. That is one way of putting. Sometimes it is said tato na vijugupsate. Thereafterwards he has no hatred. That's another way of putting. In other words, all nobilities naturally, effortlessly come to reside in such a person. In the Bhagavad Gita, we have a list of values. Abhayam sattva samshuddhihi jnana yoga vyavastitihi. All those goodness, no? Naturally. You can't cultivate goodness. Either you have it or you don't have it. What do you mean you can't cultivate goodness? The cultivated goodness is a goodness which will be temporary. That is a sadhana. You cultivate the goodness. And there also, you don't cultivate that goodness. You see the whole world as God and goodness comes to you. Here, you see yourself. And this is not a thought. You see the whole world as God is a thought. Correct? But seeing the whole world as a self is not a thought. It is something which is born out of knowledge. Knowledge is not a mere thought. Knowledge is more than a thought. What do you mean knowledge is more than a thought? Thought you have to put effort. In knowledge you don't have to put effort because it is there. Example. What is the color of this? Okay, orange. Peach. This color is called peach. Now, you tell me, this is knowledge, is it not? This is knowledge. How much effort is required? No, you see it. But suppose you don't have this kerchief, and then I want you to imagine Swamiji's kerchief is peach. I don't show the kerchief. I say, what is my kerchief? You say, no, Swamiji, we are not seeing. And I tell you, my kerchief is peach. Now that you have to remember. The whole world is God, you have to remember. But after knowledge, the whole world is me, you don't have to remember. Because it is knowledge. It is like continuously seeing this and saying it's peach. It's peach. You get it? And such an abiding, that is called abiding knowledge. Stairyam. You will never be able to forget that. Because you're continuously seeing it, experiencing it. And this kind of experience wherein all nobility naturally resides in you, because you don't see any difference between you and the world around. This is the highest of Vedanta, and this is called as Adhyatma. This is called as a true spiritual life. Okay, shall we read this verse again? Aham brahmeti jnanena bheda sarvo viliyate abhaye stairyamayathi Swamiji, that jnani has got this experience. I don't have this experience. The difference between a ajnani, a jnani and a sadhak is this. A ajnani knows nothing of this. The jnani knows, experiences everything. The sadhaka knows but doesn't experience. We logically understand. Correct. Existence, all pervasive. Very good. Correct. Perfect. That was good. Clear. It was clear. No doubts. Any doubts are there? Okay. 2 doubts are there. I'll ask later on. Clarity. Clear. So now what do you know? I am everywhere. Do you experience it? Ajnani has no problem. He doesn't know it at all. So he is still enjoying his own nonsense. And jnani has no problem because he is experiencing. It is speech for him. And we people, we know everything but don't experience anything. Correct? What should we do? That is what Guruji says here. Since you know logically, intellectually that you are Brahman, okay, you meditate on that. You meditate on that. Brahmatmaikyam nididhyase. Did we read the verse? Let us read. Brahmatmaikyam nididhyase. So dasohamiti karmani. Vivekam dharaye chitte. Tadeva adhyatma muchyate. Brahmatmaikyam nididhyase. Uchyate. So, since you know this, you are in fact one step forward from ignorance. But because you don't experience it, you also need the purity of mind so that you come to experience it. You know it, and you also require purity of mind. 2 things you need. You know it, therefore you should take benefit of that knowledge. You don't have purity of mind, therefore you must find a means to get purity of mind. What to do? How do you take benefit of this knowledge? In your spiritual practice, you bring this knowledge to your mind. Make a point to daily meditate. Don't give up. Don't say you are busy. Take benefit of the knowledge you have gained. Become established in that. Give time for that knowledge so that it can become cooked, so that it can ripen your heart. Like how a fruit is there. A fruit means not fruit now. It is, what do you call, unripe. No? Is there any word for unripe fruit? Raw. Raw. Doesn't look good. Okay, unripe. Unripe mango. What do you do with unripe mango? You can't eat it. You can't eat unripe mango, na? Pulipu. It will be sour. So what do? You cover it with some hay or pickle it. The goal is to eat the mango. So what you do is that you cover with hay, cover the paper, and then what you do? It becomes ripe. Nice mango, don't pickle it, okay? Bad mangoes only need to be pickled. Nice mangoes, you wait for it. Do you make pickle out of apus mango? No, what a waste it would be. You'll wait for it to become ripe. Right? The same way, this knowledge, what is not ripe now, you make it ripe. How do you make it ripe? You make it ripe in meditation. What do you mean you make it ripe in meditation? You abide in that knowledge. You go deep in that knowledge. You experience inwardly the truth of that knowledge. That is called as making the knowledge ripe. From information, make the knowledge create transformation. From knowledge, you convert it to experiential wisdom. And that you can do in meditation. Brahmatmaikyam, this oneness of yourself with that supreme reality, in meditation, you experience that. You try to come to that. Because you have got that knowledge, you are lucky. The ignorant person did not get this opportunity to get the knowledge. You got the knowledge, you know. So therefore, you try to come to that knowledge. But then you are a sadhaka. You have not experienced this knowledge. It will take time for you. You will keep working. At that time, how you must be? Dasohamiti karmani. Be a servant of the Lord. So these two things you must practice. In meditation, in spiritual practice, what you must do? In spiritual practice, you try to experience this knowledge. But when you wake up from your meditation, wake up from meditation, that doesn't mean you are sleeping in meditation and you woke up, okay? When you get up from your meditation, what you should do, when you're working in the world, when you're seeing the world, this attitude you have, I'm the servant of the Lord. I'm the servant of the Lord means what? Like how the servant is, who is a good servant? A good servant is one who is continuously active in the service of the master. Not a moment he wastes. He is ever dedicated to the master. He loves the master. And he serves. In the same way, you serve the world. You serve the world means what? You serve God. But the world doesn't know it is God. But it is not for the world to know it is God. No, it is for you to know that the world is God. Right? So keep serving with the attitude of I am the servant. Why? Why we should do that? Because whatever talents, whatever capacities you have is a gift from Him. And bringing out its full expression is your offering unto Him. You have some capacities, no? He gave you. The Lord gave His present to you when He sent you with these abilities. Now with that ability, what you do? You serve the Lord back. Fully express that. Not for fattening the ego, but for pleasing the Master. Okay. From Gurudev we got the knowledge. Don't become teacher. From Gurudev you got the knowledge. Na? What you do? You share. When you say share, sharing is very different from teaching. Teaching is I am a teacher. You listen. All students, now listen. Sharing is what? Sharing is love. You reflect upon it. Because you are doing your master's job. In this way, this twofold approach should be there in your life. The seat of meditation and in the realm of action. Be a Krishna in your meditation and be an Arjuna in the battle. Krishna is consciousness. Arjuna is the servant. So you are both Krishna as well as Arjuna. Right? Yatra Yogeshwara Krishnaha, Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha, Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhutihi, Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. All goodness comes when where Krishna and Arjuna is there. And both Krishna and Arjuna are you now. Everything good will happen, not worry. Okay? Vivekam dharayet chitte. This understanding you hold in your mind. This clarity you please keep. Don't get confused. This also you should do. This also you should do. This is the spiritual life. Alright? And when you live your life this way, you will reach the highest pinnacles of both knowledge and devotion. What is that? Next verse. Sarvatra bhagavad bhavaha sarvabhuta hite ratihi idam jnanam cha bhaktischa tadeva adhyatma muchyate. Sarvatra bhagavad sarvabhuta hiperatihi idam jnanam cha bhaktischa tadeva adhyatma muchyate. So, as you live your life with this spiritual vision, ultimately you will be led to such a state automatically, slowly and steadily. Don't keep asking when. It will happen. Your job is to walk the path and not to again feed the ego by telling that you have come so far. Now little more only is there. These are all trips the ego wants to take. Ego can come in so many ways. One of the easiest way for ego to come is the notion of I am succeeding in spirituality. Nothing pleases the ego as success. And nothing depresses the ego as much as failure. Never come into the trips of success and the downs of failure. Don't do that. Just keep walking. And that is why the Upanishad says, Charaiveti, Charaiveti. Keep walking, keep walking. That's all. Don't ask how far you reached. Why do you want to know how far you reached? Is it a running race or what? It's not a race. It's not a destination. The journey to the self, is it a destination? It's not a journey. It's not a travel. It's nothing. Is the movement from dream to waking state a journey? 10 miles I have to go now. Now I have covered 5 miles. 5 miles more to go. Is that how you wake up from dream to waking state? Nothing. You just wake up, is it not? And therefore, do not bother yourself with such questions as how far I have progressed. It doesn't mean you are not progressing, okay? But don't bother yourself with such questions. Sometimes it may feel, in the beginning you are more spiritual. And after 5 years of spirituality, you feel you have become more. These are all mind playing its own games. Just keep walking. And when you keep walking, which is not walking, what is it then? When you keep abiding. The walking in spiritual life is abiding in the knowledge which you have gained from the Guru. When finally you reach the culmination, Sarvatra Bhagavad Bhava, you will reach that kind of feeling, knowledge, where everywhere, you only see the Lord. Call it the Lord, call it the self. It makes no difference then. Call it Atman, call it Brahman, no difference then. Atman, Brahman, difference is only in the initial stages. I am the Atman, the reality is behind the world is Brahman. But once you understand everything is only existence, consciousness, bliss, Atman, Brahman, the words lose their individual differentiating meanings. Either you say, God am I am God, it makes no difference. Either you say world is God or world is self, makes no difference. Because it is only one. Sarvatra Bhagavad Bhava. You will find in the life history of saints this. Everywhere they saw only God. Everywhere they saw only the self. And how your life will be, in what you will delight. Sarva Bhuta Hite Ratihi. Giving joy to every person, every creature is your delight. Yourself has become so vast. It's not from selfishness you go to selflessness. An ignorant man is selfish, a sadhak is selfless, whereas a jnani is full self. So journey is from selfishness to selflessness to full self. Full self means what? Sarvatma bhava. Everything is you. You don't. And then you are incapable of giving sorrow, pain. You are only capable of giving love. And when I say you are incapable of giving love, doesn't mean that you will not be anymore able to give some shouting or give some punch. Everything you will be able to do. But the beauty is that it is all love. That's the beauty. Because love is not one thing, no? Love is everything. Scolding is also love. Smiling is also love. In other words, you keep delighting in loving, in sharing. It's so fulfilling. That's what he says. And this, why is that? That's because he doesn't feel he is anymore this. He feels he is everything. You see, in dream, I'll give you an example. In dream, who are you in dream? One minute. I'll explain that question. In dream, what is our experience? I and the dream world, correct? I and the dream world. You see the mountain. So you are there, mountain is there, correct? But actually, who are you? You are both the dreamer as well as the mountain, because both are you only, na? The dream mountain is also you. You only created the mountain. And the dream you also you only created. It is a waking mind alone which has become both the dreamer as well as the dream world, is it not? But what do we do in dream? We see I am different from the world. Same way we have done here also. Dream world is also me, dreamer is also me, but somehow I think dreamer alone is me and the dream world is different from me. Mistake I have made there in dream. Same way I am making mistake here also. I think I am this and then this is different from me and this is different from me. These people are different from me. But the fact is what? Once you wake up from your dream, you understand the dream world is also your own creation. It's you only. The same way, when the person wakes up from this dream of ignorance, the whole world is he himself. And therefore, he revels in joy for others. He revels in joy for others is a wrong statement. He revels in joy for self. Because that is self only, it is not other. This idam jnanam. This is knowledge. This is knowledge means this is a fulfillment of knowledge. Idam bhakti. This is devotion. Whether you call such an experience as God realization or self realization, it makes no difference then. When we from the standpoint of the self, we call it as self realization. Then we call it as jnana. And from the standpoint of Brahman, we call it as devotion. And we say God realization. It's only from the standpoint from which you look. From the standpoint of the self you look, you say self-realization, and that we call it as knowledge. And when we say from the standpoint of God, everything is God, then that is God realization, and then we say that is bhakti. Only standpoints. Whatever door you enter from, you enter into the same room. You enter into the same sanctorium. Sanctum sanctorium. Idam jnanam cha bhaktischa tadeva adhyatma muchyate. This is the spiritual life. Over. Comes you over? 10 verses, no. But the matter is over. So now let us look at the spiritual life from where to where. Okay? First point, spirituality, don't make it as one action in your life. Let it be an all-pervasive vision which pervades all your actions. 1. When you do that, what happens? When you do that, how must that be done? Find a goal to dedicate yourself. The highest of the goals is God. Love for God. Giving up attachment for action and giving up attachment for results. Giving up attachment for action means what? Having no likes and dislikes in your duties. Giving up attachment for fruits means what? no ups and downs because of success or failure. If you do that, your heart becomes pure. Such a pure person, how will such a pure person attitude be? How will you see that purity in your heart? A small thing of the world makes you okay, and love for God is more and more. And when that is there, the Guru comes. And when the Guru comes, what does the Guru? The Guru tells you, seek the Lord in yourself. In yourself. Seek Him in yourself. Then, with dispassion, you move towards the self. And what is the self? What is the Lord? That which experiences everything, knows everything. That inner being is the self. And what is God? God is that being which supports the whole world. And therefore, here also being, everywhere being. And therefore there is only one being. Alright? And with this knowledge, all differences cease. And all goodness come naturally to you. All goodness like fearlessness, love, compassion, everything will come naturally to you. Okay? Now I know this. How should I lead a spiritual life? In meditation, you abide in this knowledge. And in the field of action, be a servant of the Lord. Be the servant of your master, your Guru. And this understanding keep in your mind and live your life. And when you slowly keep doing this, what happens? You will come to that state wherein everywhere you see the Lord alone and you delight in serving all, in loving all. This is called as spiritual life. See, now you see in different stages what is spiritual life. The whole journey is also, the whole quest is also mapped out for you. And then, with a verse of gratitude, the author completes the text. Let us read. Shrutishwara Guru Naumi Prapyate Yat Prasadataha Adhyatma Nishtha Sukadha Kritakrityo Bhaven Naraha Shrutishwara Guru Naumi Adhyatma Nishtha Sukadha Kritakrityo Bhaven Naraha. I had asked Gurudev one question. I asked him, Gurudev, I understand that I should be grateful to you, Guru. I understand I should be grateful to Shruti, Shastra. Because from Shastra only I am getting knowledge. Where is God coming in the whole picture? I don't see any reason to have any God here in the whole thing. He laughed. And he said, it is God who brought the Guru and the scripture to you. It is God who connected you to Guru to you. Right? That cosmic designer, that unseen mover of the whole world. That law, that powerful, unseen, yet palpable presence which pervades every bit of life, which brings things together when it's required. I offer my salutations unto Shruti, the means of knowledge, Ishvara, who reveals the Shruti. We say in our tradition, it is the Lord who reveals the Shruti. Yasya Nishvasitam Veda, we say. What is the Vedas? The Vedas are considered to be revealed by Lord. And it revealed by Lord like how? Like his shwasa, like his breath. People think Veda is the breath of God, means God is and then Shruti is coming out. It is not like that. Like if we breathe, we don't have any effort. No, breath, effortlessly we breathe. Anybody feels any effort while breathing? You have been breathing always, so do you feel any effort? Unless you have asthma or something like that. Otherwise, you don't even feel your breathing. The Lord reveals all the knowledge so effortlessly. It is He who brings the Vedas, reveals the knowledge. Ishvara. And Guru, Shruti is for everybody, na? Shastra. Ishvara also is for everybody. Correct? But we all need customized. And that customized presence of Ishvara and Shruti is Guru. You understand what I'm saying? Customized for you. Shruti is universal. Ishvara is universal. But Guru has to be personal. That personal appearance of God to help you is called as Guru. And the Guru personalizes the Shruti for you. He knows what is required for you and he tells you. I offer my... And you don't have to search for any of the three. I'm really telling you. They'll all come to you. What Shastra to study? The Guru will tell you. But where will the Guru come? Should I search for the Guru? Guru also will come to you. Everything comes to you when you are ready. And everything is coming to us because we are ready. Na? I offer my salutations. Now me means I prostrate. Why do you offer your gratitude? Because yat prasadataha. Because of whose grace. Adhyatma nishta sukada prapyate. Because of whose grace, this abidance in spirituality, prapyate, is attained. When we say grace, what do you mean grace? Grace is not distributed in packets. What is grace? What do you mean by, what causes grace? Grace is a kind of good feeling. Love. Guru's grace means what? Guru feels, father's, mother's grace is what? Blessings means what? That for the welfare, the heart flows. That's called as blessings, is it not? Guru gives blessings. So Guru does not take something from a pocket and give vibhuti. Blessings mil gaya. Not like that, na? So how does the Guru, how does the Shastra, how does the Ishvara feel that loving compassion for us? Prasadataha, by their blessings, by their grace. How does it happen? Your sincerity, your dedication, your purity, nobility, goodness, innocence invokes such a feeling. Blessings are never given, blessings are always taken. You become the recipient of it. Blessings are a natural result of your own nature. You deserve your blessings. By whose blessing, whose grace I received it. To that Guru, to that Ishvara, to that Shastra, I offer my salutations. Even the Shastra reveals, when you are so sincere, you'll find, if you are doing some, you're studying and you have to go and talk about it, it's not clear. And you do not know, what is this? What does it mean? It's not clear. Suddenly when you start talking, it becomes clear. Why? It is like that. You deserve that clarity. Because of whose grace and blessings, Adhyatma Nishta, this abidance in spirituality becomes Sukhada, easy. Sukhada also means giver of great joy. Adhyatma Nishta becomes a giver of great joy. Or another meaning, it comes to you easily. And then what happens? You kritakrityaha. You become fulfilled. You become purna. That emptiness what you find in your life, in spite of achieving this or that, is gone. You become complete. Only by this, no other way. Etad buddhva. Where is this? Which chapter? 13th chapter, no? 15th, sure. Etad buddhva buddhiman syat. Then kritakrityascha bharata. O Bharata, Bhagavan Shri Krishna tells all of us, Etad buddhva, understanding this, buddhiman syat. You really will become wise. And then you will be fulfilled. Okay. So this is the meaning of what is spiritual life. So we should we should know. Otherwise, what's the joy of all these? We should somehow, very fast, we should come to this, all of us. It's nice text. Only 10 verse. That's the beauty of all Guruji's compositions. You remember first day I was saying? Simple and profound. I don't think it can become any more simple. And I don't think it can become any more profound also. That's the glory of masters. Okay. Loving best wishes for all of you. And I also give my thankfulness to all of you. Because of you all, I got this opportunity to reflect upon this wonderful text. Okay. And I don't mean as words, I'm really telling you. It's always people who give the opportunity. Okay. It's a very wonderful text. I'm not going to tell you memorize it. Because I know already you're memorizing so many things. But I won't say it as a homework, memorize it. But I would say, as for your life, you can memorize it. Yeah? Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. बोलिए श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की